All right. Here we go. And the stream is really, really problems. Quick. And let's see if we can fix this.
Streaming settings for 1080p 30 frames per second or even 60 frames per second? If so, stay tuned. What is going on, guys? Chad here from How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. To want to set the video to a 1920 by 1080. The base resolution for my monitors is 1920 by 1080. This will be whatever yours is. So if you have 720p here, there is no point in trying to stream at 1080p because it's going to be pulling from a canvas that is 1080 or 720p, which means you're not going to see any increase in quality. So make sure this is 1080p, and then output scaled resolution will put the same thing, 1920 by 1080, because that's what we're streaming at. If you have a monitor that's like 1440p or 4K, then you leave that and then you can downscale it to this output resolution to 1920 by 1080. Our downscale filter is going to be bicubic. We're going to leave that. This is where some of our settings will change. So for example, if you're doing 30 frames per second, we're going to leave this at 30. If not, you're going to do 60, you're going to change this to 60. So those are the two differences there. And we will come across some of the other differences that we would change in just a second too. Next, moving on to stream, we're going to want to set our streaming services. If you are streaming on Twitch, you'll select Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, select whichever one you plan on streaming to, and then sometimes you can set a server, sometimes they're just set automatically. I tend to like setting it automatically for Twitch, works well for me, and you will need a stream key. So Twitch has its own stream key. You can Google where to find that because it does change from time to time, and I feel like if I do it with Twitch, I'm gonna have to do it with Mixer, maybe even Smashcast, Mobster. I just don't want to have to do all those single ones with it. And like I said, there's tons of other services in there. If you have a custom streaming server, like you're streaming to a website that you made or something, and you've got that set up on that end, you can use custom streaming servers and set URLs and stream keys and stuff like that for that. But by default, most people are just going to use standard streaming service, select their service, paste in their stream key, and you're good to go. All right, so moving from stream to output, this is where we're really going to see some differences between 1080p 30 frames per second and 1080p 60 frames per second. This is the bit rate. This is where literally all of the encoding and stuff happens. This is, I guess, what you could say where the magic happens for streaming. We've got output modes of simple and advanced. Like in my previous videos, we specifically stated that we're going to use simple instead of advanced just because there's less variance and variables that could affect your stream just not working properly. And this gives you a little bit more of a focused scope of changing settings and dialing in some stream settings that work for you.
Well, I'm gonna have to
So with the bit rates, we need to figure out what our bit rate could possibly be. So let's talk about what the range of the bit rate is for something like 1080p